You know, some football teams play for trophies, others, they play for glory. But for a very select few, the game is about something so much more. It's about carrying the hopes of an entire nation on their shoulders. And folks, that is the incredible story of the Iraq national football team.
Their nickname? It's not just a name, it's their entire identity. Usud Arafidine, the Lions of Mesopotamia. Think about it. In ancient Iraqi civilization, the lion was the symbol of power, of ferocity, of dominance. And that is a legacy this team carries with them every single time they step onto the pitch.
And really, that's the whole point, isn't it? Through decades of absolute turmoil and unbelievable triumph, this team has become so much more than just a group of athletes. For millions of Iraqis, they are a powerful, unifying force in a nation that has so often been defined by division.
To really get it, to understand just how significant this team is, we've got to go back. Let's rewind to the 1980s, to their first true golden era. This was the moment the Lions of Mesopotamia really announced themselves to the entire world.
I mean, just look at this incredible run. This wasn't just a good team. They were an absolute dominant force. They were just scooping up trophies all across the region, building this reputation for skill and for a resilience that made them legends back home.
And out of all those achievements, this is the number that really defined that generation. 1. Their first, and to this day, their only appearance in the FIFA World Cup Finals. They did it back in 1986.
And okay, they didn't get out of their group, but that didn't even matter. This one moment was etched into history. Ahmed Radi's goal against Belgium, that was a moment of pure, unfiltered national pride. It was a statement that Iraq had arrived on football's biggest stage.
But after the dizzying heights of the 80s, what came next was a fall into an unimaginable abyss. The team's story was about to take a truly terrifying turn.
Because the biggest threat to these players wasn't going to be an opposing team's defense or some star striker. No, it was the man who was supposed to be in charge of their own football association. So, in the 1990s, Saddam Hussein's son, Uday, took control, and under his rule, a poor performance wasn't met with a bad review in the papers. It was met with torture. Players talked about being beaten, having their heads shaved as a form of humiliation, even being forced to kick concrete balls as punishment. The beautiful game became a source of pure, gut-wrenching fear.
And the impact on the pitch? Well, it was absolutely devastating. You can see it right here in their FIFA ranking. The team just plummeted, all the way down to 139th in the world during this period. I mean, you can literally see their fall right there. It's such a stark contrast to the heights they would one day reach again.
But from the absolute depths of despair came one of the most remarkable stories in all of sports. A true fairy tale of redemption that, against all odds, unfolded in 2007.
You have to understand the context here. I mean, it's everything. By 2007, Iraq was being ravaged by war. The team couldn't play games at home. So many players had lost loved ones. They had no real facilities, barely enough kits, and a coach who'd only been appointed 2 months before. The odds weren't just long, they were impossible.
But on the pitch, they were absolutely fearless. This right here, this captures a huge moment. Their stunning 3-1 victory over the tournament favorite Australia. This was the win that made the entire world sit up and realize something truly special was happening.
And they just kept winning. They fought their way through the knockout stages with unbelievable grit. It all led to this nail-biting semifinal penalty shootout win against South Korea, which set them up for a final against the regional powerhouse, Saudi Arabia.
But at the peak of their joy, tragedy struck. As fans were celebrating that semifinal win back home, a car bomb killed 30 people. The team was just heartbroken. They actually considered pulling out of the final. But in the end, they made this incredibly courageous choice to play on, to try and win it for the very people they had lost.
And they did it. A single header from their captain, Yunus Mahmoud, secured a 1-0 victory. A war-torn nation, for one moment, was united in pure joy. And that is why it's rightfully called one of the greatest underdog stories, one of the greatest fairy tales in the history of sports.
That victory, it created a whole new legacy. So what do the modern Lions look like today as they carry that incredible history forward?
Here they are, the team in 2019. It's a new generation of players, of course, but you better believe they carry that same spirit. They carry the heavy but proud legacy of that 2007 victory, and they continue to compete at the highest level in Asia.
And you know, their passion is often at its absolute fiercest in their regional rivalries.
I mean, matches against Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait, these are so much more than just games. They are intense battles for pride, steeped in decades of political and sporting history.
And that theme of resilience, it's just ever present. Because of ongoing security concerns, the team has been repeatedly banned from playing competitive matches on their own home soil. It's a constant reminder of the challenges they still face long after the whistle blows.
So it all leads to this final, powerful question. In a country that has endured so much upheaval, so much war and instability, what is the one constant? What is the one thing that still unites and inspires?
The roar of the Lions. It's a symbol of an enduring strength, an unbreakable spirit, and the incredible, unifying power of the beautiful game.